Hollywood loves to ride a gravy train, but they just can't recreate the Karate Kid magic. In this video, I'm going to break down why the original Karate Kid is one of the greatest underdog films ever, made on a shoestring budget with no stars and yet still untouchable. The first big reason? The story is about Daniel. It starts with him, his struggles, his move to LA, his fights, his friendships, and his search for a place in the world.
This is the end of the line. You're telling me.
Mr. Miyagi is a huge part of it, but he's not the main character. The movie isn't called The Karate Sensei or Karate Style, it's The Karate Kid. Now look at the 2010 remake. It was for a kid, but it isn't about the kid. It's a Jackie Chan show all the way. It's a big budget foreign market play, and it feels like it. And Cobra Kai is just nostalgia bait. The kids have grown up to be individuals we don't recognize anymore, and everything has been conveniently rewritten just to keep the story going. It's fun, sure, but it could have been called anything else, and it wouldn't really change. What makes The Karate Kid different is the director John Avildsen. If that name sounds familiar, it's because this is the same guy who made Rocky. And if you've seen Rocky, you already know Avildsen was a master of the underdog story. He knew how to frame a fight, how to make movement matter, and how to get an audience to feel every struggle. You can see the Rocky influence all over this movie, from the pacing to the training sequences to the final shot. It's basically Rocky Light for kids. Avildsen had a way of making a city feel like a character, like he did with Philadelphia in Rocky, and he does it with 1980s Los Angeles in The Karate Kid. And this version of LA is one you can't get back. The locations in The Karate Kid lock the movie into that sun-drenched early 80s California vibe. Daniel's apartment complex with its cracked pavement and empty pool immediately tells you he doesn't come from money. The high school feels real, not a polished Hollywood version. Kids hanging out by their cars, cliques forming in the hallways. It's got that rough around the edges working class feel. Then there's the beach training. That golden light, the waves rolling in, the whole thing feels warm and open, full of possibilities. The Cobra Kai dojo is the total opposite. Cold, bright fluorescent lights, the rigid structure, and everything is black and white. It looks like a factory that makes bullies. Everything wrong about karate. Mr. Miyagi's home, though he lives in the same complex, is a whole different world. He decides how he wants to live. It's full of warm light and wood textures, and plants. There's also this one fly that's the only character who never learns a lesson, probably trained under Cobra Kai. By the way, the fly isn't CGI, it's attached to a fishing string moved around by a crew member. This movie is a time capsule about a decade of positivity and hope. The 70s had their bell bottoms, but the 80s had leather jackets, hairspray, and a training montage for everything. The whole movie rests on Ralph Macchio. He had to click with everyone, his mom, his girlfriend, Johnny, and of course the great Pat Morita. Their one-liners are legendary.
Hey, what kind of belt do you have?
JC Penney 398.
But the next Karate Kid proved that Miyagi alone can't carry a film. Swap the kid and the magic's gone because the story has always been about Daniel's journey. Daniel is in every scene in the film, and Ralph Macchio was born looking like he just got shoved into a locker, even though he was 22 at the time of filming. You don't take Spider-Man out of a Spider-Man movie. Avildsen is one of the rare directors who've given the greatest ROI in films. The Karate Kid grossed over $100 million and was the top rental movie in 1985. Unlike Rocky, The Karate Kid had a lot more budget for production values. It was shot in 35mm film with cinematographer James Crabe behind the camera. Crabe understood how to shoot action and drama in a way that made it feel natural, raw, and cinematic without being overly stylized. Look at how the camera moves in this film. It's not constantly shaking or cutting just for the sake of it. There's patience in the way scenes play out. When Daniel is training with Mr. Miyagi, the camera just observes. It doesn't chop everything up into a million cuts for fake excitement. As silly as the crane kick is, when Daniel's learning it, you feel the weight of it because the shot is held just long enough to let your eyes take in the posture, the stance, the balance. It respects your ability to follow action and appreciate things for the way they are. And then there's the lighting. A lot of the film is exterior photography. There's a glow to everything. Many scenes are lit with soft light, like a romantic film, which it very well could be. The thing about the movie is, no one is really evil, except for maybe Kreese. All the kids in the Cobra Kai are human, even Johnny, who respects Daniel in the end. The Karate Kid has an almost storybook-like feel, like a memory playing out on screen. It was filmed mostly on Kodak Eastman 100T 5247 film stock, which was the most popular stock during the time. A lot of work was put into the martial arts. Even though very few of the actors actually knew karate, they put their heart and soul into capturing the physicality of karate. When Daniel is training, when he's fighting, when he's getting his ass kicked by Johnny, you always understand the physical space and the way the bodies move through it naturally. And that final match is one of the most effective, heart-thumping sports finales ever shot.
Look, everything above your waist is a point. You can head, you can...
Of course, the movie cheats the ending, but who cares? It works in the movie world. Maybe the referee has had enough. A lot of modern action movies overload the frame with unnecessary gimmicks. The Karate Kid understands that tension and impact come from clarity. The final fight is a masterclass in shot efficiency. Every shot advances the story and heightens the suspense. We know he's going to win, or maybe we don't, because Rocky didn't. How's he going to do it? The filmmakers had a real karate tournament organized so everything would look natural in the background. The fights are choreographed like real kumite sessions. Daniels really looks like a guy barely surviving in the squared circle. And of course, we have to talk about the editing. It's tight, it's efficient, there's no wasted shot in the movie. The montages are as legendary as Rocky's. The Karate Kid has got that perfect pacing that makes it easy to watch again and again. And the music in the background is as powerful as any great film, including a hit pop song. The sound design was raw but unrelenting and made us believe as if we are really in the middle of a karate tournament. It all adds up to the final kick, and the movie ends so quickly after that. In today's Hollywood, they'd have an epilogue and probably a post-credit scene so you have enough time to finish your popcorn. Just like Rocky, the Karate Kid works because it's personal. But Hollywood doesn't do personal anymore. Scripts today are put together like modern kids' karate classes where everyone gets a black belt so moms can post pictures on Instagram. There's no real challenge, no real growth, and easy rewards for just paying the fee. The result? Movies that might look the part, but no Miyagi wisdom and no heart behind the punch. Isn't it really incredible? Hollywood ripped out its heart and then slapped the name Karate Kid on anything that looked like martial arts. They treated it like the kid never even mattered. Are the remakes even about karate or how it can help you cope with tough times in life? You have to wonder how great Rocky 2 would have been in the hands of John Avildsen. Both Rocky and the Karate Kid proved one thing though. Greatness comes from honesty. The remakes proved another thing. Strip away the struggle, the truth, the raw emotion, and all you're left with is a black belt you bought from a store. That's why new generations keep discovering the Karate Kid and falling in love with it. The OG Karate Kid will always be the one that truly stands the test of time. If you enjoyed this video, wax on that like button, sweep someone's leg in the comments, and hit that subscribe button with the focus of a crane kick. And if you need to wax off, check out this next cool video.